Hey everybody, PC Outcast here, back with more Divinity Original Sin. Yes indeed. I just noticed that these books are swaying back and forth. Kind of reminds me of Apocrypha in Skyrim. Anyway, we are going to check out the basement, I think, before we leave here. Oh, and just as well that I did. Can I go in here? That's all like red, like don't go.
Quiet! No talking to these scoundrels, criminal scum.
Okay. And you're selling cursed arrows, fire arrows, interesting. That is locked, that is locked, that is locked. Locked, everything's locked. Oops, talk, yes.
Source hunter or no, not a single non-legionnaire is permitted into the treasure room. Pockets have a pesky habit of growing extra deep in such places.
Oh yeah? Do I have any lockpicks? I don't think I do. And she doesn't have lockpicking yet, or does she? Ooh, she's got lockpicking and pickpocketing. Alrighty. Can I just kind of go around the corner here and let's just save. Sure, I'll save over that one. It's fine. Turn invisible. Move. Move, girl, move. Run. Run over to here so you're behind him. Right behind him. Come on. Okay, and now...
Let's see.
Yeah, I know it's locked.
Lockpick or hammer?
Why can't I pick the lock? Well, damn. That's a shame. Alright, never mind then. No dice today.
Come on now, I pulled her off you before she could.
Let's go talk to these guys.
Are you joking? I've been mauled. I'll be disfigured for life.
Come on with the dramatics. It's not as bad as all that.
The face, Virius.
Roderick,
She
over
bit
here.
me in the face.
Look on the bright side. Everyone knows the ugly soldiers are the most ferocious.
Ugly will be the least of it. The beast looks rabid.
In that case, you'll have the pleasure of putting her down yourself.
I wish for you to try it, Screech woman.
The beast speaks? So you've half a brain behind that feral maw, have you?
The cretin's question crossed her lips and ached an air of aptitude.
Hey, Tull, I think that was an insult.
Don't pay attention to the beast, Virius. You'll only encourage it.
Ooh, dagger and bow. Ah, yes. Okay.
Hey, who's that then? Come on, stand where my good eye can see you.
Easy, Tull. That's the source hunter you're talking to.
Curious situation you got here. Is the woman in the cage under arrest?
She may have the look of a woman if you squint hard enough, but she's no more than a wild animal. We got reports of a strange-looking outsider skulking through the town with her bow drawn. I found her crouched behind a tree, taking aim at a fat old rat trotting along the city walls. I tapped her on the shoulder to see what was what, and the beast startled like a wild cat and lunged right at me.
Bit Tullia right in the face, she did. It wasn't pretty, and now it's got a chunk ripped off it to boot.
Oof.
Enjoy it while you can, Ver. There's not another legionnaire in the cohort that'll have you if I go rabid.
And what will become of this admittedly strange stranger?
Well, that's to be decided. She doesn't seem to be sick, despite Tully's moaning. We can't keep her here forever, but we can't well send her into the wilds again, can we?
Perhaps it'd be worth taking the stranger under our wing. She'll likely come in handy if we trust her to watch our backs. Really? We're here to hunt Source, not play babysitter. Sorry, we can't take responsibility. Of course we're gonna take her. She's a bow user.
Perhaps it'd be worth taking this stranger under our wing. She'll likely come in handy if we can trust her to watch our backs.
If we can trust her. After all, Fearless Hunter might prove quite useful for investigation. That's a mighty big if. We can't have one of our team wandering off into the wilds when we need her to be watching our backs. Nah, fine. We'll trust her.
A fearless hunter might prove quite useful for our investigation.
Well, that's a relief, ain't it? We found a good home for her after all, Tull.
Heed me, Source Hunter. She's not good for anything more than cannon fodder. And don't turn your back on her when she's got that bow within arm's reach.
Well, ma'am.
Source Hunter. I have heard tales both grand and terrible about the world of humans. I myself was caged one moment and freed the next by our kind. In Home Forest, every creature acts according to the nature of its kind. Birds frighten easily, badgers fear little. But amongst men, there are no guarantees.
There's little in our world more variable than the minds of men. It's the source of great beauty and much despair, and all of it is uniquely human. Yes, as you've noticed, we're an unpredictable species as likely to kill as to heal. It's best to be wary of those you meet for this very reason. Whatever. We take pride... No, we take each in stride and prepare for either. You'll find your fellows surprise you for better and for worse in equal parts. Bear daughter. Uniquely human? I wouldn't go quite so far. The savagery of humans is no better than that of the basest beast. That is true as well. But usually people will surprise you both for better and for worse.
It is difficult for me to claim humanity as you do. I am still learning to see myself in the faces of those I meet. And those I meet do not always see themselves in me. It is strange to stand with one foot in the forest and the other in the city, Source Hunter. I am glad that now I have you standing beside me.
No problem. Alright, you can grab your bow. I guess you can have a dagger as backup. Sure, why not? And we can put that right about there. That... Well, maybe that won't actually come in that handy. Actually, you know, that's quite nice. I'm gonna give that to her. So she... Launch a magical missile from your staff. So she has the ability to cast, if she had a staff, she has the ability to cast that. Also got treat poisoning. She can do that. She can ranged power stance, improve damage with bow and crossbow at the cost of precision. Or ricochet. Oops. Fire a normal arrow that deals 30 to 50 piercing damage and then forks off to the next target. Up to 4 times within 8 meters. Nice. Quite nice indeed. And then she's got a bunch of arrows. We'll just equip these. And let's see. Probably give her poison arrows. I also got some of these. I'm not... Who's the one that can do crafting? I can't remember which of the followers can do crafting. He can do some. I gotta sell some of this crap off. Okay, let's give him that. And... Oh, right, I did get a book, didn't I? Somewhere. Another book. That one? Oh, I didn't read any of these, did I? He who smelts it, did I read that one? Quite a good deal of extra income can be earned by forging and selling one's own unique brand of axes. Crafting experience naturally precedes better results, but of course it's becoming increasingly difficult to compete with low prices. With the low prices guild run shops can offer. Superior axe. Universal controller instruction manual. Okay, yeah, this is that Spark Master robot thingy. Magical unlock scroll. Nice. How long is this? Okay. Secrets of the scroll. Special dust to dust. Pixie dust is to enchanting as kindling is to fire. One is the base of the other. But never fear. You needn't go pixie hunting and pixie crushing unless you've scads of spare time and an iron stomach. No, first we begin with stardust. Fortunately, you needn't carve and crush a chunk from Constellation unless, again, you've got the time and stomach. The stardust herb is relatively common and simple to crush to a fine powder combined with bone dust. You have a powerful pixie dust indeed. But let's not leave the oft-forgotten moon dust out of the equation. I won't bore you with the details, but suffice it to say, a simple moonstone gem will suffice as fully as a chunk of moon itself. Combine crushed moonstone or moon dust with stardust to create fine pixie dust. Okay. And absence of gods. Nobody knows for certain why the gods left Rivellon. We cannot say for sure when they left, but estimations place it nearly 2,000 years ago. Wise folk from all over the country have studied this exodus of the gods, while the priests believe that the gods are still among us and watch over us unseen so that they might judge us by our deeds. Some scholars believe the gods never existed and are nothing more than fables. He who smelts at volume, I think that was volume 4. There's little more one can do with iron ore than turn it into an iron bar. Heat the ore and start molding it to the desired shape and size. Some say it's dwarves' work, and half the quality of good iron comes from dwarvish know-how, but one can always sit around waiting for a shipment of the stuff. Or you can't. Iron bar? And let's... Yeah, let's... Oh, no, it's one level above her. We'll have to wait until we gain another level. That's a shame. That one can replace that. Give her that. I got a bunch of junk. Didn't identify those yet. Repair hammer, sure, why not? Firestorm grenade, I don't know. Equip that, I guess. That's an arrowhead. Give it to him in case he can craft it into something. Give her the water arrow. Give her the silver arrow and steam cloud arrow. Did I read that one? Solving crimes for the intellectually disadvantaged. Step 1, inspect the body. Step 2, investigate the crime scene and collect evidence. Step 3, interrogate subjects. Well, thanks. That is garbage. I think that's... No, that's not everything. Knockdown arrows, there you go.
Sorry, sir.
Okay. That'll be that for now. Now, what has she got as far as armor is concerned? Pretty nice, actually. Okay, let's see. We got those. And then we got a knockdown arrow. And we've got... Water arrow does water damage, as you might expect. Steam cloud arrow. Chance to blind.
Sorry, sir.
Probably be good against like a large number of creatures. That one does breaks armor. That's nice. Freezing arrow. And we got all kinds of stuff. Pop that one in there. Okay. Good to go. So we have done that. I need to speak to Orius again. It's still yellow. Quest marker. Well, maybe not. Alright, let's go talk to... Is she down here? Talk to Jake's wife, Esmeralda. Anything good in here?
Can you spare a coin?
Scream Cloud Arrowhead, give that to him. A mug. Or cup. Empty cup. Yeah. Just what I always wanted.
1 coin or 2, noble spirit? 1 coin or 2?
Tell me about yourself.
Oh, I am a happy man, and certainly a humble one now. It turns out losing it all has its own share of benefits.
How did you lose it all?
A fool once was I, and ever seeking greater satisfaction than that which I already enjoyed. In my folly, I sought the counsel of those notorious Watcher statues on the western cliffs. Their guidance ruined any small fortune I might have had, but certainly granted me humility.
So tell me about them.
I'd heard they were not to be trusted, that they gave fools' advice to the fools who sought them, but somehow I believed that I was the exception. They told me that I would find fame and renown if I renounced my worldly possessions, all my worldly possessions, and became a great figure of piety and humility. Fire, the most thorough cleanser, was my method. But as my house burned in front of me, I felt no elevation, no piety, only the sudden weight of my own idiocy upon my very soul.
Okay, dude, here, have a piece of gold.
Thank you, kind one.
Oh, screw it. Here, take 10.
May the soul of Astartes smile upon you, kind stranger.
I've got loads of money, and I have so much stuff to sell anyway. Besides, I just, robbed stuff out of his thing there. Any secret trapdoors or anything down to something really good?
Have some
Talk to each other?
Those statues told him he'd have to renounce his earthly possessions to become a spiritual leader, did they?
Absurd. Since when is poverty a prerequisite of spirituality? Makes sense to me. How can you explore the spirit when you're busy keeping up with the Joneses?
Makes sense to me. How can you explore the spirit when you're busy keeping up with the Joneses?
Indeed. He said himself that he's finally learned humility. Maybe he made the right choice, really. And now he's begging to survive. Looks like everything went according to plan.
And now he's begging to survive. Looks like everything went according to plan.
Pretty funny. Okay, where's Esmeralda? Oh, I gotta go all the way around here. That's a shame. Just need to teleport. Actually, what's here? Anything? Patty cake, patty cake. Take that. Grab it. Come on. Thank you. And the apple. There you go. Wait. Didn't she pick it up? Oh no, it went in here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Patty cake, dough, the happy child of water and wheat, serves as the base for many hearty and filling meals. With a lump of dough in one hand and either apples, cheese, fish, or tomato sauce in the other, supper is sure to delight. Okie dokie. Let's, I don't know, sort these things. There we go. Oh, very nice. A oak flat bow. Then we've got, we got a guy here. You have He Who Smelts at Volume 3. I'm not sure if I have that one yet. Alright, let's do a little save before we go talking to her.
Legion's greetings. I have been informed about your heroics on the beach. Were that I had been there to partake in the battle. But my duties lie here. Sworn as I am to protect Lady Esmeralda from the rabble that would enforce summary justice on her. Even though she is, until proven guilty, wholly innocent.
And you are?
I am Septimus, 7th son in a household of 9, legionnaires all. Me and 2 brothers of mine were assigned to Sicile from day 1. Alas, both of them have long since fallen in battle against the dead. But never shall I lose heart. Long as a single legionnaire stands, all of us remain undefeated in the eyes of the gods.
Okay, what do you think about Esmeralda?
So fair a lady I have seldom seen in all of Rivellon, my friend. And I have traveled more extensively than migratory birds do. She stands accused of murder, but in my mind, her presumed guilt is a fallacy, and indeed a fabrication. Steadfast will I guard her. Never will I waver unless absolute proof of her culpability should be brought before me. And I hold no such proof exists.
Okay, let's discuss Jake's death.
Jake's murder is, in a word, a tragedy. He was well loved in all of Sicile. The Council of 7 couldn't have wished for a better ambassador. That he of all people should have braved the undead siege for so long, only to be felled by foul sorcery, is heartrending.
Indeed. I have some more questions, though.
And what
apparently.
Questions are those?
I don't know why I need to ask him about any of this stuff,
I've
but...
been stationed here the better part of 2 years now, alternating between twiddling our thumbs and springing into panicked battle against the orcs. Hard to admit, but without Ahu, would have lost this city a long time ago. You ask me, the Council would do well to evacuate the rest of the people here and give up the city for lost.
Tell me about the
I
undead.
fought orcs crazed with blood liquor. Withstood assaults by ogres wielding clubs made of human bones and teeth. Aye, I've braved the poisonous spear tips of goblins aplenty. But never did I know fear until I faced the undead. Not a pleasant thing for a legionnaire to feel fear. But there you have it nonetheless.
Okay. Got it. Alright, Esmeralda. Tell us your side of the story.
Lords above, grant me patience. You're a source hunter, aren't you? Here because you think I killed my husband. How many times do I need to state and restate my complete innocence in the matter?
First of all, who are you?
I am Esmeralda, wife of Jake, and now, alas, his widow. Poor man. We were both so young when we married. He so rich and I so poor, but his one and only princess just the same.
Can you tell me more about this place?
Well, what do you want to know?
Sicile.
Never imagined that finding a quarter pound of mouldy, moth-eaten flour would be a cause for celebration in this city. How things have changed.
And the undead?
Praise be that Arhu the wizard has the wits about him to build these newfangled weapons of his, or Sicile would have been the very throne of decay by now. Because of him, life here is almost bearable again, despite the walking dead. Though it's rather eerie and perplexing at the same time to think about how quickly one adjusts to the great dangers when a handful of guardians holds them at bay.
Alright, now let's discuss your husband's murder.
Like I told just about every legionnaire in town, I don't know anything about poor Jake's murder. I want his killer found and tried,
But everyone suspects me of this evil deed. And you're no different, are you?
So what happened? Some of them tittle-tattling crab chasers down the pub call me a murderous gold digger and you believe them? These insinuations truly go beyond the pale.
Oh, I think I'm getting one of my headaches.
Oh boy. Ooh, you sell all kinds of goodies. Blessed antique cloth shoes of the thief. Now, why would she have something like that? Those are better than what we've got. Those are better than what we've got. It's all better. Workers thing. Blacksmith +1. Water and earth resistance. Fire resistance and health. That's a lot of armor. Most of the stuff we can probably just pick up, though, somewhere. That's fine.
She seems to be quite adamant about her innocence.
That you
We
haven't been
need to look for
fighting those
evidence if we want to
awful orcs.
prove she actually
can't
did.
Look
bear to
at
imagine
all the
something would happen to
stuff.
you.
Okay, so we can't go. We can't just go walking through here. There is a door over there.
Neither orc nor
There's also an upstairs. Can I go upstairs? Or is he gonna stop me?
I might faint.
Can't go through there. That's also locked. Okay, we got stuff. Painting of a rooster. Grab that. Okay. Key to her house. Useful.
Sigurd's beard, what a find!
Oh, wow. Chest? With some smelly panties. Roderick, you carry that. Folded shirts. Stack of smell. The stack smells faintly of expensive perfumes and hot air. Okay. Glass ruby, a rare, high-value gemstone called God's Heart by the faithful dwarven miners of the mountain region. Worth a lot. Grab it. Star pebble. Some moonstone. Some more moonstone. Some malachite. A diamond. Glass ruby. Star pebbles. Star pebble. Malachite. Wow. What a haul. Thread. We put that on him. And that is for you. Excellent. Well, I'll take it. I don't know why there's a cooking pot sitting on the floor. It's kind of odd. We've got Esmeralda's key. We should be able to just, like, walk right in there. Find out what she's hiding. First we'll save again, though. Okay, we'll just close that door so that nobody notices that we're here. Okay, we have got, let's see, the perfect murder.
A book about setting up the perfect crime.
Esmeralda has interesting taste in literature.
Indeed, and why the gods left Rivellon. Painting of a woman. And a man. Nope. I guess if we grabbed the one of the man first. Another painting of a man. These cups are worth a lot.
So tell me, Septimus, would your wife or sweetheart be compensated by the Legion should
Scrap.
tragedy befall you?
Cloth scraps. I think I can use that for crafting of some description.
so. But seeing that I'm neither married again.
That's another arrowhead.
Polite, handsome, and
And another arrow.
Should
Sweet.
the one were to lie, Legionnaire, I'd be afraid alone in the dark.
More discoveries. In chest key. Did I miss anything I could have clicked on? Can I unlock that? I can attack it. Examine it. Apparently it's too high of a level for me. Well, that's most unfortunate. I can attack it. Do I want to attack it inside here? Attack! Oh, that's got a lot of health. Okay, never mind. Okay, let's take a look at the things we picked up. All those books. Perfect Murder. Let's read about why the gods left Rivellon. Do the gods ever exist, or are they merely boogeymen created by fanatics and priests? Many have sought an answer, but I ask whether discovering the truth is worthwhile, as that we do not need gods in our daily life, for if these supernatural beings exist, who is to stop them from enslaving us if ever they should deign to return? Okay. So just ignore that they might be there, in the hopes that that means that they won't enslave you. Kicking Another's Bucket, Planning the Perfect Murder, by Mr. Giggles. Winner of the Assassin's Guild's Brass Knuckle Award. So you've determined to take a life. My sincerest congratulations. Savor this moment, friends. Taste the sweetness of the feeling that grows in your belly. Soon you will have sent a soul flying into the ether. Your hand alone will have caused the fabric of existence to have undergone a permanent and undeniable change. You are preparing to undertake the most exquisite endeavor of your life, and you'd be remiss not to luxuriate in every surrounding moment. Chapter the 1st. Selecting your target. There are several questions to consider when determining which life is best to seize. The following are but a few to consider. Is the head of your intended victim sufficiently round and symmetrical to make an impressive mounted trophy? Does he or she have hair of sufficient length and health to spin into lovely yarn for darning socks or throw rugs? Will his or her hide provide for supple shoes, bags, and belts of a color that suits your eyes? Chapter the 2nd. Choosing the modus operandi. Selecting the method with which to carve, strangle, or pierce the victim is in itself more a matter of art and of soul than fact and science. Arrows are fine for sportive types. A dagger turns the carpet red as a valentine. Suffocation behooves lovers and mothers. Poison complements a bitter heart. In the end, select a method you believe best accomplishes the moral and spiritual effects you desire. Chapter the 3rd. Execution. The most important and delectable step in any murder, dear reader, is the moment of execution. By this I do not mean the brute force of the violence, if a violent method you have chosen, or the interim, ever agonizing, between the administration of poison and the first sign of its effects. No, the moment to which I refer is that precise event pardon me, when life flees from the victim and the eyes transfigure, light to dark, flashing to still, bright to dumb. This is the holy minute, the minute when the act materializes, complete, no longer planned or attempted, but completed. This is the moment during which you write your name in the sky, for you have done something that, like the stars, cannot be undone. Chapter the 4th. The Afterglow. Now, the moments after the execution are hardly the time to worry about practicalities. No! This is your time to quietly reflect, to enjoy your transformed self, to your transformed place within the cosmos. Make yourself a cup of tea, if you please, or a light pipe. Light a pipe. The details can wait. When you find yourself fully refreshed, you might consider what to do with the once person, whose remains you now must inter or preserve as to your pleasure. The easiest and most classical means of disposal is, of course, to bury the remains, but think long and hard about precisely which remains to bury. The civilized among us know full well that waste is a sure sin. So if there is yet some function that may be wrought from the once person's remains, it is imperative that you do so. Might not a family of beggars appreciate a meaty rack of ribs? Oh, might not a local tanner turn down on his luck thank you for a length of virgin leather? Do you not deserve some special token, a keepsake, for your labors? Once these matters have been attended to, you might concern yourself with removing the dregs of your efforts from your sight. A freshly rained upon bog is ideal, though a freshly dug grave in your local cemetery will hardly notice a bit of additional rubbish tucked in below the intended casket. Epilogue. If you have successfully completed your endeavor, you might find yourself wondering after and planning for the next. This is a natural and desirable result of executing, as you've learned, the perfect murder. The author wishes you luck and satisfaction as you explore your newfound passion. Remember, until you've reached a dozen, you've hardly scratched the surface. Wow. That's dark. And we'll leave it on that dark note. Thank you very much for joining me for this episode. We'll see you in the next one.